Okay, I just woke up, so pardon everything. Okay, so I'm watching one of my sisters out here, and if she's watching, she knows who she is. Um, as I was watching her, okay, I'm sitting in bed still. My son's not awake, so I'm having my coffee, watching some of my twin flame family out here, and right when she said, okay, so she said, the pearl has to be forged in the darkness, but right when she said darkness, the devil card flipped out. Right when she said the word darkness, okay? And pearl, okay, that's just, there's tons of synchronicities with that right now. And okay, so, and if you can see how he's being really crafty. Okay, so it's like, it's almost as if he's like making a mask out of every dark aspect, every fear. Okay, so he can identify it. Okay, see how there are all these different faces, all these different masks? Well, isn't that what we do when we're afraid? Okay, these masks. But it's like, he has a hammer and chisel, like a rock and a chisel. Okay, so it's like he's forging something, putting everything in order. Okay, it's like he's putting the dark pearls in order. Organizing his fears and his darkness, so he can better understand himself. Okay, this is how we understand ourselves, by looking at all our dark aspects. Okay, all those masks, taking them off. Okay, and looking at them so we can identify them, not wearing them anymore. Okay, this is a big part of shadow work, is taking off the masks of the ego. These are all better than, less than, better than, less than, better than, less than. Okay, so he really wants to be in alignment. These are kind of like the chakras being all aligned, and see how they're all touching each other, so it's like one continuous core. Okay, he doesn't want anything interrupting or dividing his inner oneness. And this, see the diamond? It's still stuck in the matrix of that wall, right? The matrix is the composition that surrounds the gemstone, okay? Geologically speaking, that's the geological term for the stuff that, in which the crystals are embedded. That's called its matrix, okay? So it's almost about to be freed, as you can see, okay? We've been doing a lot of shadow work. And that's why the Divine Feminine can have those waves. It's like returning home, kind of like, maybe that's what the Divine Masculine's going through. Like, they may think they're going out and about and they're gonna, but nothing kind of really happens except for more reminders of the shadow work they have to do. It's not some big orgy, right? And they go home and it's just like, oh, it's just me again. So because I know that I've done a lot of this work, so when I have that feeling of depression, like, oh, I'm going home, I don't have my other half of my soul with me. Okay, I really feel like that's what the Divine Masculine is going through. Okay, so when that card flipped out, Three of Wands was at the top. I usually like when one just like shoots out like that and it's very synchronistic with something else that's currently going on in the 3D, in the now moment. I'll check the bottom. I'll usually feel called to check the bottom and the top card. So the Three of Wands was the top. Okay, and that's looking forward to your ships coming in, right? But see how she's not letting everything in? Like, she's got her stick to make sure that only the creatures, only the things that she allows in that's aligned with her frequency. Okay? All these other motherfuckers, you ain't getting in. You can scratch and climb in, but right? Look, you may even think, oh, you got it. That's your in right there. Nope. She's gonna poke you and knock you back over the edge. Okay? So it's not just about looking forward to the future. It's about making sure that anything that tries to interrupt that, right? It tries to disconnect the Shushumna, the column of the chakras being one rod of light. Rod of light. So anything that interrupts that positive thinking, that high vibration, you ain't getting in. Alright, it's like this stick right here is like God. It's the extension of God, being grounded into, okay, it's the power that backs up your action. So it's grounded into expressive action, because it's wands, okay? It's not just thinking positively, okay? It's wands, it's action. So it's maintaining that high vibration. And sometimes you gotta knock their asses back over the edge, and that's all you can do, because you can't get down there and hold them down, because that's the lower vibrational stuff, right? You have to maintain your high vibration up here. Okay, the truth, the water. These are like ancient little creatures, right? Almost unidentifiable little nematodes and urchin looking. Okay. The ancient way. This kind of reminds me of like distorted masculine, because there's like a cheetah and this man in this case. So it's like this very fiery, you know, but the true fire is the feminine, the water, the truth of life from God, defending that, defending the truth and light of God. You know, I just got manning your post so that no more distortions enter. Only things that are of the highest vibration, only things that support your high vibration and complement your high vibration and maintain, sustain, and restore in every now that high vibration. Okay, these things are distortions, distractions, interference, low vibrational frequencies, but they're attracted to that higher vibration. Okay, they're not ready. Because you don't have to scratch and claw and climb and, you know, go through all this if your vibration's high. You just naturally raise up into the pool. There's no fighting. This is where the fight is with yourself. Okay, but once you do that shadow work and you clear all that out and you free that diamond, now you have to protect it. Oops. So and that's the three of bones, which is the three of fire. And you can see all the red and blue? Okay. So it's like a lot of red, a lot of blue, but then she's kind of like balanced. She's wearing blue, but she has red bands around her arms and wrists. She's bound by her own determination. Okay? More fire right here, her hair. So she's balancing that masculine, feminine energy in order to man or woman that post. That's maintaining that vigil, holding the light, holding the space. Okay? So, I shuffled more. Oh, and this was at the bottom of the deck, the Lover's card, okay? The Three of Wands, when that Devil card flipped out, the Three of Wands was at the top. This was at the bottom. And you see how there's the ribbon, okay? That's the physical expression of The oneness between you and your twin flame. She got some booty on her, huh? Look at that. Popping. Let me just see. A lot of blue, so it's like cool, calm, and collected. It's from a very calm and balanced place. And see how he has gold all around him? It's like the golden light of God, the sun and Ra and all that. Okay, blessing this. Blessing this union. It's already blessed. May not be blessed by our family members or friends or what they don't understand, or some might, or have an inkling of it. Okay, but that's not what matters. What matters is that it's blessed by God. Okay, you can be of the same sex. I've heard some twin flames were heterosexual their whole life and come to find out their twin flame is of the same sex, and I'm sure it can happen in the reverse too. And, you know, different ages, different cultures, different, you know, just the different the things that we think separate us in the 3D, they don't matter anymore. Because we get it's ordained by the Most High, okay? It's consecrated in purity and unconditional love. That's what purity is. You can be having freaky deaky sex. It's not about that. It's purity is the unconditionality of it. If that's a word, it doesn't matter. All words are made up from the awe, anyway. The awe of God. It all stems from that. So, okay, so double card flipped out. Three of Wands is at the top. Lovers was at the bottom. I kept shuffling. And did that happen first or after? Oh, I think that happened. Yeah, that happened first, because that was the first card that flipped out was the devil card with the synchronicity. God, that was amazing. Okay, so I kept shuffling. And I think, yeah, this is how they came out. So a chunk flipped out and there was 4 cards. Okay, and this is the order they were in. So from left to right, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 8 of Cups. It's 3 8s, okay? And then the 2 of Cups. So, you know, 8 of Pentacles is using that golden toolbox, all the knowledge, the tools, the coping skills, the tenacity, the fortitude, everything, all the higher virtues given to you by God, and putting that into a tangible form so that you can not just show others but show yourself, you know, have a track record, a paper trail of your personal evolution and the soul work that you've done, because it's 8 of Pentacles. It's work, but it's like tangible. It can be recognized in the 3D, okay? So he's doing a lot. They're doing a lot of work, the Divine Masculine. I keep saying he, but it could be a she, whatever, okay? It could be both. It could be some transgendered, okay? Or well, usually when someone's transgendered, they associate with one or the other. But, I mean, it could be a hermaphrodite, which I think is how we all started anyway. I mean, if we want to say that, you know, I know people are going to be like, oh, if they're super Christian, well, they're probably not watching me anyway if they're super Christians. But I believe that when God, you know, God created man, if he was perfect by himself, he saw that Adam was lonely, and so he made Eve from his rib. What I think is that Adam was complete of itself, hermaphrodite, just like the slug medicine could probably reproduce on its own, but it was lonely. Okay, so he took the feminine out of Adam, and now Adam was just man, and Eve was the feminine that was extracted. Which, I mean, it really works in the reverse of that, I think. The masculine springs forth. And we're not going to get all deep metaphysical and like that, but, you know, they've done the work. The point is the divine masculine, the divine counterpart that is going to come into receptivity, that's going to be received. So the receiving twin feels good, grounded, just holding that space. And the one coming in to be received, they're doing the damn thing in a tangible way, whether it's going to anger management, whatever it is, okay? Maybe their issues were financial, so they're going on job interviews. I mean, they are really tangibly doing work that is not just seen and felt by them, but seen and felt by others. Okay, it's a tangible expression. And you got to get creative. You know, you got to figure out what's going to help you. Learning the tarot and doing all this, that really has helped me, because doctors weren't giving me answers. I you know, being agnostic and so skeptical and everything, I needed like tangible, and I'm a Capricorn, I need something tangible, right? So if you're like me and you want something tangible as evidence that they're doing this work and evolving spiritually, you'll okay, it's there, whether you see it or not, because you may not be in contact, but you know, you might get signs from the universe, maybe not direct messages from your twin flame, but the universe will signal that to you, okay? So the Eight of Pentacles, and then we have the Eight of Wands. So I really got like he's doing that work and working hard to be able to send in this message of love, and the reason why he wants the work to be a track record, a paper trail of the work, an actual tangible representation of all the work he did, you know, whether it's getting a certificate of like anger management classes or whatever, something concrete, because he's the divine masculine, or the twin waiting to be received, okay, the runner, the unawakened, whatever you want to call it. He's got this passion. See how he's being led by his heart? He really wants you to get that message. A lot of passion behind this. Fast, fiery communication. I'm also getting like his star family, because these kind of look like aliens, you know. His star family is really helping him to be led by his heart. So he knows he's got to do the tangible and do the damn thing. Okay, for this message to come in of pure love. Okay, it's a message of love. So, you know, his team, his guides, the ancient ones, the star family, they're helping them. Okay. Then we had, and this card made me cry because I didn't let tears, you know, roll down my cheeks, but got me welled up, because I don't want to cry so much and have headaches. I get migraines and stuff, so try to keep it just even keel. Feel it, reveal it, heal it, whatever, okay? But as you can see, she's laid out a crystal grid on his heart chakra that is in the spiral, okay? And she's placing the last stone. It's like as she places the last stone, he comes alive and awakens and opens his eyes. See how it looks like he's kind of sleeping? So he's surrendered to the will of the Divine Mother. And, okay, the safety and security of that. You know, so he's kind of just been resting while she's been doing her work on his heart chakra. This is a spiral that starts from the heart and spirals outward. Okay, being led by his heart. See, it looks like a hand, like one of the star family members. It's like, okay, birdie, push them off the branch. Fly. Fly now. It's time for you to fly. We're also sending their love, okay? You can do it. They're like, you can do it. You're strong. And we're supporting you. If you ever have moments of weakness or doubt, we're here. But you're strong enough to do this. But just in case, okay, they're like the, is that the trapeze, the big net, okay, under the trapeze? That's what they are. Okay. But what has to take place is he needs to walk away from the things that aren't in alignment with his heart. See, it's like her heart's healing. That's giving her the strength to walk away. And these kind of look like flowers or crystals. It's kind of hard to tell because it's like the beginning stages. So it's just walking away needs to take place. See, it's like a blossom in her heart. Again, 5 petals, and that's a very organic number. 5 fingers and toes, 5 petals on a flower. Okay. Kind of looks like dragonflies. Okay, too. So the ancients are really, you know, helping us to open up our heart so that we can walk away from the things. Remember that 3 of Wands, so we can walk away from the things that aren't in alignment with that high vibration, and then having the strength to keep the other things at bay that are trying to bring your vibration down. And there are plenty of entities that they live for that, okay? They can't live unless they have that energy to feed off of. So they need to bring you down to a lower vibration so that you're edible for them. Just like how ants, they don't necessarily, you see them carrying away food and stuff, but they bring it back to their nest and they let it mold so that it's in a form that they can eat because they're so ancient. Okay? These demons are ancient. You need to be in a way primordial, low vibrational, unevolved energy for them to feed off you. So maintaining this high vibration is very important. You know, that's when disease, depression, all kinds of things, resentment, hate, all just horrible, right? But that's what they feed off of, and they love that. Just like the ants, they can't eat it until it's all moldy, until it's in a form that they can digest. So don't let yourself mold. Okay, so they're walking away, okay? Doing the work. It's like because they just can't bear it any longer. Because being led by your heart will bring you back to your twin flame. And, you know, so it's like there's, it's just like the blossom. I think that's in the Shadowscapes deck. It could be the Gem Oracles, where it says it's the pressure and the pain of staying a blossom becomes so overwhelming that you have to and bloom. It's like the pressure to maintain that bud, it just gets to be too much. It's more painful than the pain that you would experience blossoming. Okay, even though that could be painful. Okay, but this bud, this tight withholding is becoming unbearable. You must burst forth and open up and blossom. Reveal the pearl, whatever it is, okay? I like this blossoming thing because it's what's happening. It's the now, it's God, and whether it's painful or not, you know, we gotta love it because it's straight from God. So, let's see what, okay. And I believe okay, so when the devil flipped out the Lover's card was at the bottom, Three of Wands is at the top. When those cards flipped out, the 4 I just showed you, the 3 8s and the 2 of Cups, I mean, hello. The 7 of Cups was at the bottom and the Knave of Cups was at the top. So he needed all this time to see what his options were so that he can make a choice that was aligned with his heart, to offer that offer of love, peace, harmony, balance, truth of the Knave of Cups, okay? So the 7 of Cups, he had to weigh his option. And you want him to be sure, right? So good. It's not about, oh, look at all these people I have available to me to go have sex with. No, it's about, you want him to go through all that mental chatter, clatter, because you don't want him doing it with you when you come into union, okay? So that's why it's important for us to just hold the space while they do that, okay? So I kept shuffling, and what flipped out was, and it was, I believe, in this order. Okay. So these 3 cards flipped out together. Ace of Cups. Okay, Ace of Crystals, that's the Ace of Cups. Ace of Bows, or Air, which is swords. So Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, King of Cups. He's being led by his heart, okay? So he's in his truth. He's in his divine, authentic, organic, God template, true self. Authentic. When you're in your heart, you're authentic. Okay, so he's very clear. Ace of Swords, I think we got the King of Swords in the last one, and 4 of Swords. This clarity with the divine masculine, okay? Clarity and love, okay? And it's, granted, it's just straight from God, because it's air. Right when I said that, the tree clunked outside right when I said air, and this big gust of wind just came by and blew the tree. Okay, so very clear. He knows what he wants when it comes to love. Okay, and just confirmed again with the King of Cups. Okay, so when this is why I had to share this, because I was just like, what? I usually do a reading first thing in the morning. I don't always share it, but especially if it's really specific to like mine. But this applies to the collective because the synchronicity. So people that are in my boat, on my wave, whatever you want to call it, at my level of growth, the healing, doing the work. Okay. So when those 3 flipped out, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, King of Cups. Oh, I thought the Queen of Cups was at the bottom. Maybe not. Maybe that was on when some other ones flipped out. I'm not sure. Or I thought this was, I don't know. Okay, so it's the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So this is what I'm saying. Like, she's being the queen, but in a very tangible way, like holding on to that space, maintaining that vigil, holding the space for the divine masculine. It can be emotional. It can be fiery, you know, so I think with this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Drums here, they're really asking us to stay grounded. See how she has like the mama bear and the baby bear? Okay, we can be very, you know, protective. That's the divine feminine. Okay, there's nothing more ferocious than a mama bear protecting her baby bear. So it's like, this is our higher self being grounded. Okay, through her, she's grounding her higher self, integrating her higher self into her 3D self so that she can protect this union. The baby bear with all that she has. See how she has her hand on it? She has one hand on herself and one hand on the baby bear. And the mama bear and her are both looking in the same direction. That is her. She is the mama bear. Okay, and she's protecting this union with her higher self, her 3D self, Okay, those have to be integrated so that we're taking the right steps out here. And she's very grounded, barefoot, feet on the ground. She's sitting on a rock. Okay, so I think the feminines are really being asked to just really ground, be connected with earth, the nature, the animals, the nature. You know, we really need to maintain stability, being even keeled, grounded, stable. Okay, that's what's going to get us through maintaining, holding this space, this vigil for our divine counterpart, okay? And, okay, so the next card was the Two of Wands. Okay, so that was on the bottom, the Queen of Pentacles. Two of Fire was next. See how it's a mirror image? One's red, one's blue, total twin flame. I mean, you know, it also represents you in your past lives. Okay, one could have been the feminine, one could have been the masculine, you know. So that Two of Wands, okay, twin flames. And that's just confirmed with the Temperance card, because that's the balancing, the inner balancing of the masculine and feminine. And we're the divine feminine, we're already there feeling it, okay? But he's right around the corner. See, he's right there. And he sees you doing it, okay? And he's looking forward to doing that as well. And he's almost there. Okay, she's in the blue water with the red butterflies all around her. So again, that red and blue, the balance of the masculine and feminine. And that was right after that Two of Wands on the bottom, okay? So that just reconfirms the balancing aspect of that. And you have to be balanced within and without. So physical, tangible union, okay, is also balancing. It's an aspect of the balancing that is inevitable, I believe. Okay, as long as you do the work and you prepare yourself. And then if you've done that, then it's just maintaining and holding that space and not being the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Wands or the Queen of Air, but the Queen of Pentacles, really just grounded, centered, stable, okay? That's how we maintain that vigil. And I say it's inevitable, the union, because it's Two of Wands, then the Temperance, and then the Ace of Pentacles, that tangible, physical oneness. Okay, not just in spirit, not just in heart, emotion, thought, passion and drive, but the tangible things you can touch in your life. That oneness, okay? The flesh. That's what the pentacles are. So we're grounding all those higher vibrational energies of our emotions, of our thoughts, of our passions, dreams, desires, grounded into the physical. That's why we're being asked to be the Queen of Pentacles right now and stay grounded. Okay, in the physical. It's like we have to die the flesh to be born again the spirit in order to be back in our bodies again in a very stable, balanced way, right? It's like this full circle. It's like you have to come out of your body and heal all that and to be fully in your body again and present. It's the purity and the balance and tangibility. This union. Okay, and the drums, it's the heartbeat. One heartbeat is what I got from that. Two hearts beat as one. Two hearts that beat as one. Two of hearts. Right? And didn't we have the Two of Cups in here somewhere? Yeah, Two of Cups. Two of Wands. Two of Hearts. Two hearts that beat as one. And your heart is your emotion, but it's also your passion, your drive, your desire, right? That's... Okay, so... Is there a next top card that was... Oh, the next top card, another two. The High Priestess. Okay, so again, grounding these High Priestess energies, Divine Mother, the wisdom, the intuition, grounding that. Okay? And Spirit's helping us. God's helping us, because there's the Temperance. Okay? Remember that Eight of Wands. Just call on your star family. Call on the ancestors. Call on your higher self. Call on that third energy that, right, it's already existing. Okay? Whether you have a tangible record, whether it's tangible or not, that third energy, because, right, past, present, future, and I'm going to do a little thing on that because of the shamanic oracle, okay, that I did, and then the next, there was 3 cards. I'll just explain it in another video, but it goes along with the teaching that I already wanted to talk about, and it's pretty simple, and it's just so people can understand what timelines are, past, present, and future all happening together at the same time. So I'll share that in another reading, but, well, it's a teaching, but when I was showing the shamanic oracle cards, the one I just did, where I got joy, and then I had to expand on it because Spirit was saying, well, these are messages you need to give to the collective. So, yeah, that was only supposed to be like a 5-minute one, and it ended up being like a 25-minute one or whatever. So, and we're at like 36:16. Okay, so we're gonna leave that. I just thought it was very important because the way the cards all came out, and the synchronicity, that how it all started. So I was like, okay, well, I guess this is an important one to share. So, you know, just more clarity and confirmation, hope and joy. That, I mean, these cards, you know, awesome, right? So I love you all. Peace and blessings to you all.